Hey everyone, my name is Miche, head of brand and digital here for Lush Middle East. I'm here to talk to you about one of our best-selling cult classic products, our henna hair dye. We had our henna for years, okay? Our henna is an all-natural hair dye for you to use to do a gentle coating over your hair, and we now have 5 different colors that you can use. We recently reformulated them, and we listened to some of our customer feedback, and we heard that you guys weren't so excited about the new henna update. And I'm here to tell you that we've reformulated it again based on your feedback. And so I'm gonna talk you through what some of those changes are to make you fall back in love with our henna and hopefully go into one of the shops and grab a brick and try it out again. The main difference that you'll see with the new hennas that have now come out is that we've gone back to closer to the original formula that you guys love and that we know has proven to work for years upon years. You'll see we have this new fun packaging, and when you open up our henna, it actually has the same bricks as the more recent formula did. They're easier to break up, they're easier to cut, and that way that they're a lot easier to apply on your hair. But the cocoa butter has been increased back to the original formula, so you'll really enjoy how this feels on your hair. So like I was saying here, you can see that we have the new brick design. Now what's great about this is it makes the henna much easier to snap apart and then crumble when you're using it to dye your hair. Now if you haven't used our henna before, or you want to know some tips and tricks on how to use it in the best way, there is another video already on YouTube where I bring you through how to use all of our henna to effectively dye your hair so that you get the best color that you can possibly get. Like I was saying, we have 5 different colors for you. This one here is the brune, which gives you a really beautiful deep chocolatey brown. We have the maroon here, which is like more of a chestnut kind of burgundy red. The noir, which is a natural black. And then the rouge, which is more of a vibrant red. The 5th one that we also have is one called Venetian, which is newer into our collection. And that one's if you kind of want a strawberry blonde look, kind of like your girl right here. I don't use the henna. However, that Venetian is a really beautiful kind of natural strawberry blonde color. That one's best used if you currently have light blonde hair to get the true impact of that color, where these other colors here are gonna be great if you already are starting off with a darker hair color. I'm gonna take you through some of the common questions that we received on our website and on the YouTube channel that we posted previously. Often we're asked if henna will dye your gray hair, and the short answer is yes. When you have gray hair though, we typically recommend that you start with a rouge or a maroon color to start to build the henna color. Now, if you dye your hair once with henna, it might not fully cover your grays, okay? In all honesty. You might need to layer the henna on top of that gray and use it 2 to 3 times to really get full coverage on your gray hair. Your gray hair has an absence of pigmentation. Because of that, it's a little bit harder for the henna to grab onto your hair and to dye it. We say start with the maroon or rouge to build your henna color, and then if you're looking for more of that chestnut brown or natural black, you then can dye over with the brune or the noir. Now because our hennas are all natural, you don't have to worry. You could dye your hair with henna 5 times in one day if you wanted to, and you don't have to worry about it damaging your hair. If anything, because it's full of cocoa butter and really beautiful essential oils, it's actually gonna repair damage and add loads of hydration into the hair, almost like a hair mask on top of dyeing your hair. Another question that we commonly get asked is henna a permanent hair color? Henna is technically semi-permanent. The way that we like to describe henna is it's kind of like when you stain wood. Natural color of your hair will still shine through. So there could be 10 of you, all with different natural hair that all use the brune, and your henna color will look different. Now, because henna kind of stains your hair color, it is more of like a semi-permanent, permanent hair dye. We don't recommend henna for our serial hair dyers, especially if you're someone who likes to go between brown and black and then blonde. It can be a little bit harder to dye your hair with chemicals after you use henna. That's why we encourage henna, because you can get some really beautiful natural color on your hair without all of those chemicals. To answer your question, henna I would say is semi-permanent. Once you first dye it, after your next couple washes, or if you're using a very strong shampoo, it will rinse some of the color out, but you still will always have a bit of that henna in your hair. The 3rd most common question that we get is if you are allergic to synthetic hair dye, can you use henna? And the great answer is, yeah, you should be able to. That's part of the point of henna. We know that chemical hair dyes are not great for us. We know that pregnant women can't necessarily dye their hair because quickly all of those chemicals go into your bloodstream. And henna is that solution. So you could use henna to dye your hair and not worry about all those chemicals. We do recommend for you to do a strand test to make sure that you don't have any allergies to henna or any of the ingredients in here themselves. You just go ahead and break off a little bit, mix that into your henna paste and try it on a little bit of your hair, and then wait maybe 2 or 3 days to make sure that you don't have any type of allergies or reactions to it, and then you know that you're good to dye your whole entire head. It is very rare that I hear of anyone having any reactions to henna, and I am now on 15 years at Lush, and that's not something that I've heard often at all. You're pretty safe to be using henna unless you have a very specific allergy to a certain ingredient. Always do that strand check test just to make sure. I hope this video has answered some of those questions that you have about henna. And I also hope that some of our longtime henna users get back into our shops and try the new formula, because we listened, and I promise you this is the best of both versions. We have that original formula, but we've amped up some of the color with some new ingredients and some new essential oils to make the color that comes out even better. Please come back into our shops and try out one of these hennas. And what's really great is with the launch of these hennas, we have actually launched samples. So go into your shop and get a consultation, and you can actually take one of those samples home, do that strand test, make sure henna is right for you, and then you can commit for your whole entire head. And what we will do is we'll link the video that I did previously that explains to you how to use the henna. It is quite a process. You get down and dirty. You have to melt down your cocoa butter and melt down the ingredients, apply it to your hair, leave it on for a good 2 to 4 hours. So it's a nice kind of Sunday vibe. Throw that face mask on, the foot mask, take a bath, pamper yourself, read a book, watch Netflix, you do you while that henna's going on. And if you click the link below, you'll be able to watch that video where I talk you through how to use our henna so that you can make the most educated decision for you and your hair. We'll also put the link below so that you guys can go onto the website, read about all the different ingredients, read our customer reviews. I promise they're much better this time than our last formula. Thank you so much for your feedback. Lush really truly does listen to it, so please continue to do that, because that's the only way that we can make sure we deliver the best products for you. We hope to see you in one of our shops, and we'll see you again on YouTube soon. Bye.